for question number 4, we are asked to consider the function f of theta equals sine theta and to find values of theta so that f prime of theta is equal to 0. And they are also asking us when we expect f prime of theta to be largest. So we are going back to talking about derivatives. We took a little bit of a break to introduce trigonometric functions, but now that we have these two functions, sine theta, cosine theta, as functions in our collection of functions that we know, we want to go back and start thinking about derivatives again. And it's natural to think about what would the derivative of the function sine theta look like. So let's go and look at our graph, because remember that we want to know where is f prime of theta equal to 0, and derivatives have something to do with slopes of the function and slopes of the tangent line. So this is another way of asking, where does the graph of sine theta have a horizontal tangent line? So let's look at the graph. Sine theta is our blue graph, and they asked us where do we have horizontal tangent lines. So if we go up here, we see right here at the top, at that turnaround point, if I draw in the tangent line, it's going to have slope 0. I have a horizontal tangent line. So this has slope equal to 0, and that is the derivative at our point. So it looks like the derivative at pi over 2 is equal to 0. And similarly, down here, we again have a horizontal tangent line, and so we also have slope 0, which corresponds in this case to f prime of 3 pi over 2. So we can go back and note that down. So it looks like for theta equals what was it? Let's go back. For theta equals pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. We have f prime of theta is equal to 0. And then they're asking us, where do we think is f prime the largest? So let's go back to our graph. Where do we have the largest slopes? And that looks like over here our function is pretty steep. So we have a very large positive slope, and over here at pi it's negative. They weren't asking us about negative ones. We have a steepness but negative number, but over here at pi over 2, if we continued our graph, we'd have a very, very steep slope again. So going back, we can say that we expect f prime of theta to be largest at theta equals 0 and 2 pi.